Alright, so apparently it was because the word quiz was in it, which is very stupid. So you're gonna wait for people to come on and explain it, because it's just really stupid. Hope you got your drinks, hope you got your snacks. You have a fun time. Yeah, don't celebrate too soon, Mom. They might bring it down because of the thumbnail, then I have to change the thumbnail. Don't celebrate too soon. So basically, the YouTube algorithm, apparently it was taking it down because it was looking for the word quiz, which apparently means that it's a contest. So the rules of the contest must be included, and they have found and apparently, according to Dad, it says here it means a contest, and they have found Toy are running a contest with none of the contest rules shown. Basically, if I was to put the word quiz in the title, it would mean that I would have to put the rules in the description. Okay, so it seems like everyone's just saying let's go. Mom's celebrating. She said let's go. So yeah, I better get started. So hope this stream doesn't get taken down because I'm starting now. You ready? You want to get your pens, your paper, your phone? Let's go. Okay. Okay, let's start with round 1. Question 1. How many people died of the first Black Death? How many people died of the first Black Death? Oh yeah, Mum. 4 rounds, 5 questions, and 5 rounds, 5 questions in each round. So, how many people did the first Black Death kill? No googling, no cheating. Do not put the answers in the chat. There are easy questions. So I'm starting with a hard question mark. How many people died of the first Black Death? Right, is everyone good? I don't quite understand that, Carly, but whatever. Let's move on. Yeah, that's the point. That's the point. You're meant to be guessing. I think that the difference in between is like okay. Anyway, let's move on to the next question. Question 2. Who was the first king of England who wasn't Saxon? Who was the first king of England who wasn't Saxon? People generally just call him the first king of England, but there were kings before him, but they were Saxon. So apparently they don't count for some reason. I don't know quite how that works. But sure, I mean, you can do what you like, England. You can do what you like. Who was the first king of England who was not Saxon? Everybody good? Gonna move on to the next question every minute. So we're gonna wait until the stream gets to the 5-minute mark, and then I'll move on to the next question. So 1 question every minute. Well, I wouldn't call the caveman tribe leaders kings. They had their own little tribe, like rulers of the entire country of England, not just little individual tribes. People who weren't Saxon, the one after the Saxons, Carly, okay? The one after the Saxons. His stream's doing good. Hasn't found any fault in it yet, which is, good. Yeah, 30 seconds weren't good enough. Okay, next question. Number 3. William II's death was supposedly an accident while he was what? Essentially, this is a question, what was King William II doing when he died? Oh, sorry. Sorry, Lewis. Okay, next question. Number 4. Who was the last Plantagenet king? Who was the last Plantagenet king? Essentially, that means the last one of, essentially, I'm going to give you a clue. Actually, no, I'm not going to give you a clue. Last Plantagenet king. Spelt, Plantagenet. Okay, let's go on to the next question. Number 5. Who signed the Magna Carta? Who signed the Magna Carta? Just for context, the Magna Carta was a document saying that the king had less power than he did back in 1215 when the Magna Carta was signed. Essentially, it gave the government more power than the king did. So he can just go do stuff willy-nilly. It didn't restrict the king entirely, but it's made him less powerful. Which question are we on? We are on question 5, round 1, which is the final question of the round. Okay, next question. This is round 2 now. Victoria is the second longest reigning monarch in the UK. How long was she on the throne? Victoria is the second longest reigning monarch in the UK. How long was she on the throne? So Victoria is pretty well known for her being pretty long-lasting queen. Okay, let me get that answer down. So moving on to the next question. What did the American Civil War start over? What did the American Civil War start over? So the American Civil War was, of course, a civil war in the United States of America. Had Abraham Lincoln, and at the end he did, unfortunately, get assassinated. First president to ever get assassinated, actually. Okay, we're going to be moving on to the next question. Question 3. A British-Chinese war occurred in 1839. What was it about? This one's a pretty hard one. It's a pretty obsolete war. A British-Chinese war occurred in 1839. What was it about? Pretty obsolete war in the history books because, it's kind of controversial. Well, essentially, Dad, stop. You kind of gave away the answer, but I'm not going to exactly say. Question 4. 2 new forms of transport were invented. One was trains and the other was what? 2 new forms of transport were invented. One was trains and the other was what? Essentially, the Victorian times were big time for inventing stuff. Okay, next question. Number 5. The Battle of Trafalgar occurred in 1805 and was the death of Admiral Nelson. What ship was he on when he died? The Battle of Trafalgar occurred in 1805 and was the death of Admiral Nelson. What ship was he on when he died? Yes, it was 18... I didn't get that. Thank you, Mom, for proving me wrong. Okay. Round 3. What type of Majesty's ship was the Titanic? What type of Majesty's ship was the Titanic? If you don't know, all ships have a Majesty's something, like something Majesty's ship. So, it could be Her Majesty's ship, which means a part of the Navy, or Royal Majesty's ship, which means they're not part of the Navy, I think. Next question. When did World War One start? When did World War One start? World War One was a pretty big time of war. Like, it's not as good as World War Two. It's not as long as World War Two, which lasted about 6 years, which is quite a big record. It's not a good record, but yeah, it's pretty long. Okay, next question. The Germans surrendered in World War One at what date and time? Germans surrendered in World War One at what date and time? I mean, it's pretty famous. We celebrate it every year. The end. What question are we on? We are on question 3 of round 3. Okay, next question. Question number 4. Who did Adolf Hitler blame for burning down the Reichstag? Who did Adolf Hitler blame for burning down the Reichstag? It's a pretty controversial thing here. What happened was Hitler, he possibly burnt down the Reichstag, we don't know. And apparently Hitler blamed someone else on it. And that's the question. Apparently it's burnt down in the 1930s. Next question. Who started the USSR? Who started the USSR? The people who were born before, after 1991, the USSR was essentially Russia. Before Russia existed. Russia was around before then, but they renamed it and it was a communist state. Essentially, it divided power between people, but it didn't really succeed in that. Okay, we're now on round 4, which is World War II. Question number 1. What was the first act of World War II? What was the first act of World War II? World War II, again, was a big time for inventing war weapons. It was very big war, 6 years, 1939 to 1945. Very big war. That just like rushed in the chat. Okay. Next question. Which famous leader made a fabulous speech during the evacuation of Dunkirk? Which leader made a fabulous speech during the evacuation of Dunkirk? Dunkirk was a very big event. 400,000 people were taken off a beach in one day. I actually think it was longer, but yeah, it was pretty big event. Question number 3. 5.6 million Jews were killed in a mass genocide known as what? 5.6 million Jews were killed in a mass genocide known as what? This was orchestrated by the Nazis. Very big, killed about 20 to 40 million, I think. Actually, I think it was like 7 million, 20 million. Yeah, 20 million. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, next question. What delayed D-Day from being on the 4th of June? What delayed D-Day from being on the 4th of June? So D-Day is still currently the largest amphibious landing in the history of the world. Where the Americans, British, Canadians, a bunch of other guys landed on beaches in Normandy. Very big. Next question. Where was the first nuclear bomb dropped? Where was the first nuclear bomb dropped? I'm not counting tests, because technically the first ever nuclear bomb drop was a test in New Mexico. So I'm not counting that. But, like, the first one to properly be dropped, like, not as a test. Yeah, that's just a question. Okay, now on round 5, which is recent history. So, yeah. Oh, wait, I forgot to do the break. I forgot the break, oh no. Okay, we're gonna have a break now. 5 minutes. Have a break. Have a snack, have a drink. I did not. I forgot the break. So I'm gonna wait until the 16-minute mark on the stream, which is about in. Oh, Mom wants me to keep going. Okay. Okay, round 5. What was the date on which the Twin Towers were destroyed? What was the date on which the Twin Towers were destroyed? That was a pretty big day in American history for everyone. It cost 2,000 lives and 6,000 injuries. They've only got one more round. Okay, Luke's here now. Yay. Number 2. Who legalized homosexual marriage in the USA? Who legalized homosexual marriage in the USA? That was a pretty big event because the USA had been around since the 1770s, and homosexual marriage was literally illegal. You get arrested if you were gay, or lesbian, or LGBTQIA+. Anyways, next question. In what year was Osama bin Laden killed? What year was Osama bin Laden killed? That was one of the greatest days of all time. He was the man behind the Twin Towers being destroyed, which has already been mentioned. Okay. Next question. Who said the speech in which involved the line, "How dare you"? Who said the speech in which involved the line, "How dare you"? This was a very big speech. It was made by a young person at the UN. And it was very big. Yeah. So, next question, and final question, in fact. Who is believed to have rigged the presidential election in 2016? Who is believed to have rigged the presidential election in 2016? This is a very controversial question, I personally think, for Trump and Hillary were very close, but Trump won by a marginal amount. People think it was rigged in Trump's favor. Okay, put down your pens and pencils, put down your phone if you're doing it on your phone. And I'm going to go through the answers, because I've got to do them during the break. So, yeah. Okay. Are you ready? Type into the chat, "I'm ready," if you're ready for me to say the answers. If not, I'll wait. I have 6 people saying the chat. Maybe 5, because if one person's not logged on. Yeah. No one's not signed in or has a Google account. Okay, the last question for you, Mom, was who is believed to have rigged the presidential election in 2016? Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. So it's 2 people. Oh, 7 people now. Ready. It's 3 people. Waiting on 4. Mom's just writing down the last question. Mom's ready, I believe. Anyone else who isn't signed in? I'm gonna go through the answers now. Mom's ready. Okay. I'm gonna go through the answers. Let's go. Okay, round 1. The answer for question 1 was 50 million. And if you look at the population of Europe at the time, it was a pretty big number. 50 million. With a M. 50 million. Very big number. Okay, next answer. The answer was William I. Pretty big dude. Later be known as William the Conqueror, because he literally conquered his way. He was the guy who shot Harold Godwinson in the eye with a bow and arrow. So, pretty cool dude. Number 3 was hunting. So what happened was William, he was out hunting with the boys. 2 of them split off one way. Him and his other person split off one way. And then later, they discovered his body, and there was an arrow through his chest. Very suspicious, but believed to be one of the only king royalty assassinations in English history. Number 4 was Richard III, known by Shakespeare's play, portrayed in not a very good light, to say the least, with a hunch. Yeah. Number 5 was King John. Now, King John, good lord, do not get me started on King John. King Egberry, I'm sorry, King Egbert. King Egbert is not allowed, I'm sorry. You're not allowed King Egbert, because I'm pretty sure King Egbert did not exist. Lewis. So, yeah. So King John was the second worst king in English history, behind like Henry VI. He's a pretty bad dude. Okay, round 2, which was Victorian / early 20th century, because I forgot the Battle of Trafalgar. Okay, whatever. Number 1 was 62 years. The current queen. Stop, mom, stop. You're being a mom. The current Queen Elizabeth II is running an astounding 65 years, I think. She's doing good. She's doing really good. Maybe longer than 65 years. I don't know. 1 year out. 66, isn't it? Oh! Reese's mum's here. Cool. Okay. Next question. Number 2 was slavery. Started with slavery. The North, the North believed, slavery sucks. The South thought, slavery is good. We should do slavery. And Lincoln's like, I will not have this. And then he declared war on the South. Okay, number 3 was opium. Pretty overlooked war. The Opium War was essentially what happened was Britain was like, can we have your tea? And then the Chinese were like, no. And then we were like, okay, have some drugs, and then can you give us the tea? And they said, yeah, sure. And then later, the government of China was like, stop getting everyone addicted on drugs. Can you give us some actual money? And Britain was like, no. And China's like, okay, we'll start a war over it then. It's very interesting. Google it. It's on the Nosy Chef website, which is run by my dad. If you want to check that out. Okay. For number 4, it was cars. Cars were very big for the time. It was very interesting invention. No one thought they would be as common as they are nowadays, I don't think. Okay, next question. Round 3. The Titanic was a Royal Majesty ship. I'll accept Royal or RMS, if you like. So the Titanic was literally the largest ship, one of the largest ships on planet Earth, and it sunk. Yeah, Mum didn't. From what I can see in the chat, Mum didn't do that well on the Victorian part. What was the answer for round 2, question 5? Round 2, question 5 was HMS Victory. Oh yeah, I forgot to say that. It was HMS Victory. That was Nelson. He got shot here, went through there, went through his shoulder blade, and he died because, ship doctors are horrible. Anyway, round 3, question 2 was 1914. If you want to be more specific, I don't know the actual date, but if you got it more specific, good on you. I think the date was, I don't know this. It started on the 28th of July, 1914, which, isn't a very sound date, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, we're going to go on to the next question now. Answer. Question 3 was the 11th of November, 11 a.m. I will not accept any other answers because it said date and time. You can't forget the time. That's why we have like 2 minute silence at 11 o'clock because the Germans were like, we surrender, and I was like, oh, 11 o'clock? Cool. So yeah, that was pretty interesting. Like that exact time, we celebrate the end of World War I at that exact time. Next one. Number 4 was communists. Hitler wants an excuse to blame the communists. So, because Hitler didn't like communists, surprisingly, for being a National Socialist Party, which is abbreviated for Nazi. So, essentially, he blamed the communists for the burning down Reichstag, which is very interesting. And number 5, finally, was Vladimir Lenin. I will accept just Lenin. Yeah, just Lenin's fine, because I did put Vladimir in brackets, is mainly known by his surname. Most of them are, like, Gorbachev, Khrushchev, Stalin, Lenin. If you just said their surname, I feel like you wouldn't get it. So yeah, putting Lenin is fine. Next round, round 4, World War II. What was the first act of World War II? It was the invasion of Poland. No one expected this to happen. I mean, they kind of did, because Hitler invaded quite a lot of stuff before he invaded Poland, but, you know, life happens, okay? But, essentially, Hitler, he was invading a lot of countries, and then he's like, hey, Russia, you want to help me invade Poland? And Russia's like, sure, why not? And yeah, it was very, very interesting event, because no one really saw it coming. Number 2 was Winston Churchill. That was the famous one where he said, we shall never surrender. Come on. Mom, you put Monty Python references in the chat. I will not have this. If you don't get it, there's this Monty Python sketch called The Spanish Inquisition. And someone says, I didn't expect the Spanish Inquisition, and the Spanish Inquisition busted in and says, nobody expects a Spanish Inquisition! It's really funny. Anyway. So the next question was the Holocaust. Holocaust, big thing. Really big. Killed like 2 million Soviets, 5 million Jews, just absolutely mad. Like Hitler. Hitler was... No one really knows where his anti-Semitic ideologies came from. But it started at some point, probably because of the stuff he was reading. Apparently, the Austro-Hungarian leader was also very anti-Semitic towards Jews. And he technically was an Austrian, but he considered himself a German because most people there did. And where he lived. Okay, next. Weather delayed D-Day. Mainly, I will accept English weather, but people probably didn't put English weather. Essentially, it was raining, and some guy came into Dwight D. Eisenhower's office and said, hey, it's going to be clear on the 6th. And he's like, let's go now. Let's go on the 6th. So I went on the 6th. Like you said again, largest amphibious landing in the history of the world. The first nuclear bomb drop that wasn't a test was on Hiroshima in Japan. Nagasaki was the second one, for anyone who put that. New Mexico, again, was the test bomb. So, yeah. That's the only answer. Okay, next round, round 5. Question 1 was the 11th of September 2001. You don't need the 2001 there, but if you do, cool. Again, like I said, very important day in American history. Quite a lot of people who are watching this stream, I think. My mom, my dad, and Danielle, they were there. They weren't in New York, obviously, but they were alive when it happened. Apparently, I watched some videos of it. It's freaking scary. I said frick. Don't tell me off, Mom. Please. Now Next one. Who legalized homosexual marriage in the USA? It was Barack Obama. So, that was nearly there. Oh God, I did not know that. I just learned this now. I know he knows the exact chair in the exact building on the exact floor he was sitting in on 9/11. Anyway, Obama legalized gay marriage in the States. 2009, I think it was. Very, very interesting. Obama was a pretty influential dude. Yeah, he was a very good president. I think he was the best president. Besides, I don't know, Abraham Lincoln or Kennedy. That should have been a really good question. What year was Osama bin Laden killed? It was 2011. If you put May 2nd, I will not accept because it just said year. The year bin Laden was killed. If you put May 2nd, that's not right because I put year. That was apparently people around the world were extremely happy that bin Laden was killed because some people lost their families to that man. Anyways, the feed for the year, it was 2011. 2011. Okay, everyone got that? Okay, good. Next question. Who said the speech which involved the line "How dare you"? It was Greta Thunberg or Thunberg, however you pronounce it. I don't care. It's Swedish, so I recommend pronouncing it Thunberg. Greta, probably one of the youngest climate activists who's actually done something about it. But then she became a meme, and that was where it went wrong. And the final question of today is, who is believed to have rigged the presidential election in 2016? It was Russian hackers. Apparently, there are some theories out there that Trump hired some Russian hackers to win the election because he knew it was too close. So yeah. Everyone, if you want, type your score. Add up your score. If you want, type your score in the chat. I think. Wait, is it? Yeah, I think it should be there for you. It's like there or there. I'm not sure. I might have a reflected screen. I don't know. It's probably there. That's where it is on my computer. So yeah. Type your scores in the chat. 15, 13, 15. 5 times 5. 25. 25. So 25 is a full mark. It's over. It's over your bed. What? Mom, I don't understand that. Oops, 13. Oh, 16 for the Jacksons. Okay, it was the whole family. Okay, thank you. 16. People aren't doing too well. People aren't getting over 20. The chat. It's over. The chat. I still don't understand anything about the chat. I don't know how to disable the chat. The chat's over your bed. Oh, it's there. Over there. Type it in the chat here. Thank you, Mom. Cryptic. Okay. Still 8 people. If you haven't done it, just type it in. Type it in if you want. I mean, you don't have to, but. So got 15 for my dad. 13 for my mom. 16 for my cousin's family. And yeah. If anyone else wants to type in, I'll wait. If you want to type it in, type in the chat. If you don't want to type it in, 15. What? What does C20S12 mean? Just say you got 15. Just say you got 15. Ah! So we got. Okay, wow, C, well done. What is C? What? I don't understand. L. Lewis. Yeah, I know it's you, Lewis, but what does the C mean? I'm confused. See, Carly. Oh, Carly got 20. And Sue got... of course, Carly gets the most. Carly gets the most. Carly's a friend of mine. She's good at history. She got 20. That's very good. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you comment, like, and subscribe. If you do want to see another forbidden word, because apparently that's what got taken it down last time, because it's now on 35 minutes. It hasn't been taken down. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you comment, like, and subscribe. If you want to see another quiz, comment down below saying if you want that. Is there a prize? I'm sorry, no, there's not a prize. A prize is a happy feeling. Actually, no, the prize is a sad feeling. No, it's a happy feeling, I was kidding. Well done, Simon. Thank you, Luke. Thank you. I did not expect this turnout. I was just expecting like maybe 3 or so people watching, but no, we got 8 at its peak. That was pretty good for a channel with 69 subscribers. So, thank you guys for watching. I've said this like 2 times now. Okay, just comment down below if you want to see another one. Hit the like button, subscribe, share the video. Carly won. Just so you know, Luke, Carly won. Well done, Carly. Congratulations. Here's a clap for you. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. If you want to see another one, comment down below. Hit the like button. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike button. But please don't. If you hit the dislike button, my ego will be destroyed. So I hope you enjoyed. If you do want to play this again, just I'll upload it later so you can play it again if you want. If you're weird like that. Same time next week, maybe. I'll have to set up another quiz. Hope you guys are doing the thing every week where you clap. For the NHS. If I think I should do it, I'll put a link to donate to the NHS in the description. Yeah. How do we invoice you? I know you talk about invoices all the time, but I don't even know what the word means. So I'm sorry, Dad, I don't know what the word invoice means. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. I've said this like 20 times. I'm just gonna end the stream. Anyone who's watching, just play it later if you want. I don't know. Nice, Luke.